Hi everyone, it's Ryan here from smartsportstrader.com, and in today's video I'm going to talk about how to treat sports betting like a business, and I'll show you the process I use to make a six-figure profit. You will have heard people talking about investing in the stock market or investing in real estate. Quite popular at the moment is investing in cryptocurrency, and I've even heard people talk about investing in Lego. However, investing in sports betting is not something that you really hear people talking about very often. However, in this video I'm going to show you why sports betting can be an excellent investment. So for those that are new to the channel, my name's Ryan and I've been running a sports betting blog for close to 5 years now, and as part of that blog I log my monthly profit and loss. So over that period of time I've logged in 55 months worth of profit and loss, and you can see from the graph that I'm going to put up here that I've made a profit of £124,424 over 55 months. So in this video, I just wanted to go through my approach to the sports betting markets, how I approached it from start to, well, it's not finished yet, but to where I am right now, and give you a few tips really on how to make money long term from the sports betting markets, and give you an approach that will really work. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is just having a separate bankroll for your sports betting. So it sounds pretty simple, but it's really important. So if you're going to start a business, you would put aside some money which you would solely use for that business, and sports betting is no different. If you want to make money long term from sports betting, then you want to just put aside some money. So for me personally, I just took £1,000, I put it to the side and said, that's money that I'm just going to use for sports betting. I'm not going to dip into it for nights out to pay the bills. That is money that is solely there for sports betting, and that's what I'm going to use to grow my business with.
This isn't playtime. This is serious business.
Alright, so we've got our bankroll, we've put that money to the side, and we're gonna use this to build our sports betting business. So now we need a strategy. What markets are we going to look at? How are we actually going to make money from the sports betting markets? So the first thing that I looked at when I was doing sports betting initially was to take the low-hanging fruit, take the easiest money available, which is from match betting. So this is just taking advantage of promotional offers. Now in America, there's huge opportunity for this at the moment. There's some ridiculous like $10,000 bonuses going around. In the UK, you can still easily, if you put aside that £1,000, you could easily turn that into, £3,000–4,000 just using promotional offers. So yeah, the first thing I would say to do is focus on match betting. And then the second strategy would be arbitrage. So with arbitrage betting, we're just covering all outcomes of an event to guarantee ourselves a profit. And with those two strategies, you're not going to lose money. So you're just going to grow whatever initial money you put aside for your sports betting. Using those two strategies is just a very easy way to grow that initial bankroll. It's super low risk, and you'll just start to understand the betting markets as well. So my advice would be just look at those two strategies initially, build that bankroll, and then we're going to look at scaling things. Alright, so you've been match betting and you've been doing some arbitrage betting for a few months, and you start to grow that initial bankroll. Maybe you've doubled it or even tripled it. And now you realise you want to scale the business, but you're starting to see that you're not getting as many promotional offers, and you're starting to get limited from the bookmakers that you've been doing arbitrage with. So how do you scale your business? So there's two ways that you can scale your business. The first one is with multi-accounting. So this is something that's talked about quite openly, but the legality of it is still fairly sketchy. But that is using other people's accounts. So you're using accounts in other people's names for your own business. So like I say, it's talked about quite openly, and a lot of professional bettors will say it's a necessity if you want to make money long term from the sports betting markets. But again, it's against bookmakers' terms and conditions, so I can't say I advocate it, but I will talk about it as it is quite openly talked about in sports betting circles. So let's talk a little bit more about multi-counting, and I'll talk about the approach I would use if you wanted to start multi-counting and you started to take advantage of all of these promotional offers once again, and arbitrage betting with somebody else's account. So I'd approach people that I could trust, so family members, close friends. I would explain how I'm making money using these promotional offers and using arbitrage betting. I'd explain that I could do it for them, and that I could perhaps give them 10% of the profit I make every month. That person would then open a bank account for me and provide me with the bank account and the card to use. I would then use a separate device, and I would use a separate mobile Wi-Fi device as well, as bookmakers track IPs. And doing that, you're pretty safe really. If you're using a separate device and you're using a separate IP, it's very difficult for bookmakers to trace that it's one person using multiple people's accounts. So if you did just want to stick to the low risk areas of sports betting and just make money from match betting offers and arbitrage betting, then multi-accounting is really the only way that you're going to be able to scale your business. So the other way that you can look at scaling your business is to add more strategies and increase your turnover. So what I started looking at after I'd done match betting and arbitrage, I started looking at casino offers. So casino offers are a little bit higher risk in that you're not just going to make a little bit of profit every day. You know, it's going to kind of zig and zag and there's going to be more variance, but it's proven that you will make money over the long term. So that was something that I added after maybe probably like a year or so into treating sports betting like a business. I started adding casino offers, and then after that you can look at other strategies like value betting. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to make money from sports betting, just straight betting. If you look up value betting, it's a proven way to make money. You basically use the sharper bookmakers as a signal, and they identify when there's value. There's a value bet with another bookmaker, a softer bookmaker. So just casino offers and value betting, they're easy things to add, and they'll increase your turnover and they'll increase your overall profit as well. So yeah, that was something that I did, and that's something that I would recommend looking at is casino offers and value betting. So something else you can look at is using tipsters to scale your business and increase turnover. But tipsters, it's not as easy as it would seem. Like, you would think that there would be hundreds of sports betting tipsters that are able to make money, and it would just be simple and you could just follow them and then you would make money. But it's a bit more complicated than that. For one, you need a tipster that's really proven long term, ideally over a couple of years, over a few thousand bets. You want to see some consistency. Secondly, you want them to have verified their results as well. So you want them to have verified them to a third party. For example, there's a website called the Smart Betting Club that do a really good job of assessing tipsters and showing you the ones that are legitimate and the ones that aren't legitimate. And thirdly, you want to make sure that you can actually get on the bets that they send out. So if they're only available with like one bookmaker that you don't have access to, it's not much good. And if they're sending out bets and the odds are dropping and you're not able to get the correct odds that they're quoting, what they're projecting on their website is going to be very different to the profit that you get in reality. So tipsters are a little bit more advanced, which is why I'd say initially I would just stick with the match betting, arbitrage, betting, casino offers, and value betting. That's, those are like the 4 pillars that I use basically for my sports betting business. All right, so let's talk a little bit about staking. So even with something like match betting and arbitrage betting, where you're almost guaranteed to make money, or there's at least a very high percentage chance that you're going to make money, I wouldn't be putting all my eggs in one basket. I wouldn't put 100% of my bankroll on one match betting offer, just in case I did make a mistake, or that bookmaker folded, or something happened where I didn't get that money back, and that was the end of my sports betting business because I'd gone basically all in, and I'd lost it all. So even for like arbitrage, I'd probably look at staking like a maximum amount of like 20% of my bankroll, and with match betting again like 40-50%. That would probably be the maximum I would go to, just because I don't want to kill my business. It's like, if you're running a coffee shop, you wouldn't put all of your money into one type of coffee, just in one stock, and then nobody liked it, nobody was buying it, and you had to shut your business down because you've made that mistake. And then as your business grows and you do scale things and you start to take on like casino offers, and you might do some value betting. Again, these are a bit more risky, so I'd be taking less risk. I'd be staking like a maximum of 1-2% on any casino offer, or on any value bet. So staking is really important, as you just want to make sure that even when your business does go through some negative periods, that it's able to keep going, and you can sustain that business and then regrow and start building it up again. The next thing I want to talk about is running your business on the best days and the best time periods. So what I mean by that is running your business when there is the most opportunity. So for sports betting, generally that's going to be weekends, as that's when there's the most sports, that's when odds are flying around, there's a lot of movement, and for value betting especially, that's when you will get the most action. So yeah, if you want to run this like a business, you do want to kind of move your schedule around and try and sort out some set time. So for me, my set time for my sports betting on the Saturday is from 12 to 7. I take my kids to swimming in the morning. I then go and play football with my son, but then after that, it's time for me to work. and that's the way that I arrange my schedule. So yeah, if you do want to treat it like a business, it is important, to find those time periods. And it doesn't have to be weekends. Some people work weekends, like I work full time, and I do this part time on the side. But I am able to find time periods where I can just do sports betting. And I think that's really important, is to have some kind of set schedule, and if possible, you want to have that schedule when there's the most opportunity. Alright, so that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to talk about in today's video. If you want to learn any more about the methods discussed throughout the video, I've got guides on match betting, arbitrage betting, value betting and casino offers, which I'll add in the description. And I've also got a video where I talk about the pros and cons of multi-accounting. So if you are looking at running your sports betting as a business and taking it a bit more serious, then that's a good video to look at, as like I say, a lot of professional bettors would say that multi-accounting is a necessity nowadays. Overall, in this video, I just wanted to show that sports betting can be a viable investment, and it can be a good investment as well. You just have to have the right approach. Like I said, I started with £1,000. I just put that to the side, and I started with the low risk methods. And then as my profit grew and my bankroll grew, I added some of the high risk methods. And really, just over time, the amount of money I made just compounded. And then as my bankroll grew, I could take on a little bit more risk, and it's just naturally grown over those years. So yeah, sports betting, it can be an excellent investment if you approach it correctly. I know that most people don't approach sports betting correctly. It's seen as entertainment, or some people get addicted. But yeah, with the right approach, sports betting, it can be a very good way of making money. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you've learned something from it, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, as that allows me to keep making content related to the sports betting markets. Thank you for watching. See ya.